All right, welcome everybody. This is the first morning live stream that we are doing on Discord. Welcome if you are here. What we're going to do is take a look at. We're going to try to do a live Bitcoin trading scalp, show you how it's done, and then we'll see how it goes from there. We probably missed our opportunity setting everything up. I need to get out of bed sooner, but here we are. We're gonna try to make this work. All right, first we set up, what we first want to do is set up our previous range, which happens to be the all-time high range. We start from where the breakout area to the all-time high, and then we take where we first started our dip from. We could actually take this all the way over to this dip here. We could pull it all the way over. It's fine either way. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. The previous point of control is still there at 117,700. We seemingly hit the, I think we hit the, almost, we front ran the value area high. Actually, we're going to move that up a little bit because we're going to use this entire range. Um, we nearly hit it. We did, however, hit our scalp target from the premium group that we had for we got in at 118,500, and we were targeting um, our first target was 119,500. We hit 119,800, as you can see there, for a nice gain. That gain was, let's see, take this one out of the way. We can take the measurement tool here. We were somewhere 118,500, right? Somewhere there. And we said 119,500 or so, all right? So we hit about 0.82% for a scalp. If you're playing with 10x, playing it safe, that's 8.2% on your investment. Okay, so pretty good for a scalp. Very good for a scalp. I use 100x, so that was a 80% move for me on my investment, on my current trade. All right, so what we're doing now is we are going to run, also going to run from, let's see, we're going to run a new line from, so we're using previous point of control as our daily level to where we'd want to go. For our scalping level, we missed that little opportunity, we missed that little window. But what we're going to do is, yeah, we still get somewhere very similar, 100, basically 118,000 as the bottom level. This is on the 1 hour, then we zoom into the 12-minute, and what we like to do is take bottom of this range to top of this range to find our day trading range, all right, our next opportunity. We go from here, we use the fixed volume profile tool. Um, I put it in the fixed range volume profile tool. Um, we grab it. This is the favorites bar. This is where the little star comes in, right there. But you find it over here. I don't even know what these tools are called. Let's see, it gives it. They're called volume-based tools over here. I click the star. All right, so we've already broken down from this level here. Uh, we broke down from this level, which is the point of control. The thick white line is the point of control. We broke down from there down to here. We came back up, retested, and then we retested the trend line as well. So just taking a look at the price action, that's what we were expecting. So the next thing we want to do, actually what we're going to do, we don't really need this over here, just sitting around. What we're going to do is we just want to be able to take the previous level. We'll start with the breakout area, same type of price action happening, or same type of action happening as we did at the very beginning of this level. We're doing that here. So we start where the breakout happened, and then we want to take this entire, we want to be able to take this entire range. Here is the previous range, and this is on lower time frame. So we do the same type of setup on low time frames as well. And looks, let's see what the price is. So now we know, okay, we front ran this point of control. We didn't quite hit that level yet. So it's telling me we could go back there now or in the future. We're not at the part yet where we're analyzing, where we're using Market Cipher to figure out if we've finished this move or not. What is the current price in this candle? You see the top, we're at 118,700. So we got to, what this candle shows is that we got a shakeout wick. So first we went down, or first we went down, then first we shot up in a very short period of time. This is a 12-minute candle. So we opened the market, shaking everybody out. We're barely 13 minutes in to the stream, or into the open of the day, and we shook both sides out. And where we're at right now is we're retesting this trend line. So it's not a good sign just looking at price action. We went back under this major trend line again, which we've been teetering on for the past 3 days, and we're back under it. Um, and we're under this local point of control as well. So right now we're testing, again, we're testing this area, and for the next trade we're looking for is, do we go back to this point of control, 118,228. This is the Coinbase chart. Prices vary, so you want to keep your variance on your limit order. Um, you know, you want to keep it within, say, $50 or so for your entry. Or are we going to come all the way back down to 117,900? So that's somewhere between there and the previous point of control coming from this area here, right? We also have this was the value area high. This is an old value area high. I used this for the low time frame, so that would end up going somewhere right there. And then we also have the previous value area low at 116,900. I don't necessarily want to see that right now. We also have to pull back and take a look at, since we're teetering at the brink of a breakdown, we also have to keep this level in mind as well, which is 108,200 as a possibility of where if we do get a breakdown and we come back to this trend line, then we're not necessarily bearish, but it would be a big reset in my estimation, and we could just hit this trend line. Say we do come to like 109,000 or something like that. Very possible. So we have to keep those in mind. But for our day trade, now we know our I would say not even midterm. We know our short-term possibilities. Um, let's make sure we have this set all the way. Okay, we do have it set all the way over there. So now we go back into the 12-minute and see we're already at 100. We're already breaking down. So now we can look at Market Cipher and see where we're going. We have the money flow is red. This is a 12-minute. Money flow is red. We got a trigger wave red dot down. I'm gonna move this. This is old. We got trigger wave red dot down, so it's showing that we have it's trying to move back up in price action, or excuse me, the momentum wave. It's trying to curve back up. We have to keep that in mind, so we can zoom in a little bit. So we also have the stochastic trying to bounce there as well. We go down to the 6-minute, and it looks like the money flow is actually starting to come back in. What I like to do is take a look at this momentum wave. We're getting lower highs, right? So we have money flow coming back, trying to come back up on the 6 minute. We have a green dot from the VWAP breaking through the zero line right there. The yellow level broke through. That creates the green dot, and it shows up on the momentum wave. Momentum wave is trying to clip up higher low on the momentum wave as well. So it looks like we're coming to a pinnacle of this momentum wave action, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? So eventually we're going to come to a pinnacle of this price action and get some kind of results out of it. So far, it's trying to, yeah, it's a very confusing 12-minute candle. We're back up to, see, there we got a big drop on the 6 minute. So now we're taking a look at these levels. I don't believe this level is going to hold 118,200. If we take a look at the 1 hour, we can have an idea of where we're still green, but the money flow is coming out. You see it coming down, and then you also see the momentum wave. You see the momentum wave, the white portion, it's opening to the downside, and you see the same thing happening here when it opens to the upside. It's a big move. And then you see the little clip right there where it continued down. So what it's showing us, everything else coming down, stochastic coming down, RSI continuing down, tried to bounce, continued back down right there. I can't grip it. Um, Money flow coming down, 1 hour still coming down. We go to the 4 hour. 4 hours kind of flat, but you have the red dot come, and then everything else coming down. RSI, stochastic coming down. Money flow is kind of flat, but on the low time frames, we're starting to see money flow come out. 2 hours still actually growing on the money flow. So what we're looking for is, do we bounce here? Do we break down here? And the low time frames are showing a breakdown. You see the 12-minute tried to come back up and then broke down again. Money flow coming out. VWAP coming down. Red dot. This is what's called a well, let's see if it is. I was gonna say it's what's called a trigger wave, which we did get. What looks like at the red dot, we got a pullback breakdown. Um, So what we're looking for a scalp is we would end up having to create a limit order. Okay, so if you think from here, you think that we're going to get a bounce at 118,200. What we end up doing is, let me bring up one of my accounts. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Right, so what we're going to end up doing is, I guess we'll do it off of this account. So do it off of this account. ETC 118,500. All right, so let's switch over. We'll do it off of this account. Using Blowfin online, I guess I'll add Blowfin into the group. So it still looks like I don't believe that we are at 118,500. I don't believe that we are going to. To me, low time frame looks like we're coming back down to at least this 118,220 level. Could be lower, but let's see, the 2 hour top out. Didn't really, we got a big higher low from this area, but not really in price action, as you can see there. Kind of similar, so there's no divergences. And what we're also looking for is divergences to prove that we could possibly go lower. We want bearish divergences to show up. I don't see any hidden bearish divergences from here, we just simply get a pullback. You can see in the 4 hour we got lower lows, and then we got into the pinnacle of this momentum wave, as you can see here, and then we got a breakdown out of it, right? Because the money flow was coming out pretty obviously. It was coming out, right? So we would have expected, oh, the money's coming out, we're going to get a drop. We don't necessarily get, this doesn't always correlate to, oh, we're going to come all the way down here. It doesn't correlate one to one. It just means we're going to get a pull down in what we estimated. Uh, let me see. What we estimated was that we would end up getting, excuse me, damn it, sorry. Let me switch. Sorry, so we don't always get a one-to-one correlation. We got the pinnacle of this move um, here. As you can see, you got lower lows on the top of the um, money flow, the momentum waves, and we got higher lows on the bottom of it, and then money flow is coming out. So we estimated we were going to get a little breakdown. We didn't necessarily estimate that it was going to break all the way down to this trend line or all the way back down to this value area high. It's not always what it means. It just meant that we are going to get some kind of move down to uh, the next volume profile level. Here we had a naked point of control from, let's see, do we even have that? No. It's just what seemed to be a liquidity grab down here. I posted a video in the premium channel, and it could have been all the way down to 113,700. We end up getting it, clipping it just down to 114,000. What was the low? 114,750. Right. So nothing too major to worry about. So 4 hours showing us flat money flow. 6 hour, we just got a red dot. Money flow is actually still coming down in this overall flat trend. So what it tells me is we could get another liquidity grab, say down to the actual 113,700 before we come back up. But let's see what the major trend is. The major trend seems to be down, even though price action is going sideways. That means bulls are trying to keep it alive. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a small little scalp. I'm going to show you how to get into it. We're at 118,400. Click on the market. First, go into Blowfin. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me switch it over. Try to keep up with this. What I'm going to do is go into the group and actually, let's go back. And what I'm going to do is, give me a sec, actually. Let me hammer this out. Let's see. We're going to go back to my other account. This is what we're doing today. Just not switching over, huh? All right, let's just do this real quick. I'll put the Blowfin and MEXC links in the description below. Let's go back here. We're going to try to run a quick short, a scalp short. You want to keep your liquidation price in mind. That's one of the most important metrics you want to keep up. You don't want to be like, oh shit. Well, one sec. This damn thing's tripping. Plug in. Trying to just show everybody how to do this, and it's not being helpful right now. Actually, go to that one. I'm going to run the same short on MEXC 98533. Okay, let's jump into this. What is the internet is causing the price to not the VPN is causing the price not to react properly. So it's showing at 118,550 when it's not, and it keeps going to trading bot for some stupid reason. Let's see. Okay, it's just the wrong page. Okay, so we're gonna go back to switch. We're gonna run it out of the gaming tokens. All right, so you go to market. You want to keep track of your liquidity price. You're also going to have the cost. It's going to show the maximum amount you're able to enter in for this account. For a long, as for long and short, same thing. You want to we're on Bitcoin. Since I've never traded Bitcoin on this particular account, you want to adjust your leverage, and for this trade's sake, we're going to do 20x. I recommend doing 8x, or excuse me, 10x if you're 10x or lower if you're new. You don't want to get liquidated um, on your first trades. All right, so we're going in on a short. We're going to keep our liquidity price. You can see it changing down there, right? It's at 180,000. All right, so what we're going to do here is just a quick, we're going to keep it at, we're going to just do a quick, right, 5%, right? We're going to open a short, confirm. Okay, because we believe, oh, sorry, shit, god damn it, sorry. You see down here, liquidity price, if I move the bar over 5%, puts the liquidity price at 181,000, right? We're not going to run up there right now, but since we're doing a quick scalp, um, when we enter in, so I entered in already, I hit 5%, click short, and got in. The cost is $22. The maximum amount you can enter in is 0.76 Bitcoin. Okay, so we entered in a short down here, right? We're already down 10 cents, but what we set we want up here set the leverage to 20x. All right. Keep your liquidity price in mind. You do not want to jump in, and this is on cross leverage. You can use isolated to play it very safe, and what ends up happening is with isolated, you can read here, manage your risk on individual positions, right? Restricting the amount of margin allocated to each. You want to start here if you're new to trading altogether, or if you have very little experience, which is I would imagine most people watching this video, this live stream, this video, whatever the case may be. Um, Give me one sec. What we're gonna do is send this out to copy. Let's just assume everybody needs the link. Okay. And then what we're going to do is copy this into all the other groups. Okay. And then we're going to go into here. Let's just assume. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the charts again. What it seems like is we're in a short, but it seems like we got a front run. Even the 6-minute is still showing money flow coming out. And then we got a lower red dot as well. So while we entered in a short here with the anticipation of coming back to, so we did hit the level. No way. All right. So we hit that level at 118,200 while we were talking. So what we're going to anticipate is we're going to draw this out. We're going to, what I like to do is change the color. What I like to do, local. We'll do local. And what we're going to do now is I don't like, I don't like where this is going. Right, only lost 74 cents on this trade. Um, so what we're going to do is exit this trade. Now the website is so quirky to use. I can't, it's hard to even scroll over. So silly. All right. It's so weird. I just want it. Why can't I hit close? That makes no sense. All right, close all in that position. And you see we're going up already. So we're going back to this one. We got a little bounce off that level. It's ideally where we would have wanted to set a limit order and waited for that price action to happen. We're back up to 118,400 again. And then on this level, so since we got that level, um, we would have taken that trade. And the next level we want to take it to would be 118,500, which we got that one already. So now what we're looking for is a move up through this level. We set the previous, yeah, we're going to rename it. Go down here, settings. We're going to rename it. It's just, actually, we're going to change the colors again. We're going to just name it. Okay, sorry, I was on pause. Got rid of the box. Because we like to make that orange. And what we're going to do is, oops, I mean, I guess we can do it from here. Control, and then we're going to copy paste. We're going to put that on this level, which we already hit. Okay, and then we're also going to zoom in to the 1 minute. Actually, we're going to call this local. We're going to call these levels local. And we're going to change. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between profit and loss. So we are currently, if you don't have your setup ready, then you lose out on opportunities. And we're doing a live stream, so it takes time. It's a little different. Let's change this up. Not what I wanted. Come on. Okay. Point of control. All right. Okay, so ideally we got to bounce from there at the level we were looking for. I guess it's a good thing we did at least put that there. So now you know. Next level we just hit. Now next level we're assuming we're going to start to break out from the 6 minutes, not really showing anything. 3 minute, same thing. We got, you know, we're getting higher lows here, but it's just the price action is not really there. This isn't typically a trade I would jump into if I did buy if I did have a limit order somewhere around 118,250, then I'd be up, right? So now what we're doing is we're going from we're going to zoom in on these levels. We're going to go to this is where we go to the 1 minute. Since we hit that level, this is a very awkward place to get into. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to run up to this next level here, which is at 180,000, say 900. We're going to take a trade here. Right, I'm going to jump in. So I'm doing cross leverage. You can do isolated leverage to play it safe. We are going to take a long here. All right, 118,650. We're way off because we didn't get in at the bottom at the local point of control. But that's fine. Now we're setting we're going to go in here, set our take profit to right here. It says TPSL. hit the plus sign, and we're going to take profit at 118,850. All right, we're here to just prove that this works. Okay. Ideally, we wanted to be in at that local point of control level. All right, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go back, move back over. Just local. No, actually, I keeping that. Change this. All right. And then we're also going to, we're going to call this, so value area high, yeah. Now we want to copy paste. And this area is pretty much the same. Just say point of control for now. That's the second level we're looking for. Okay, so 1 minute, what we're going to do now. I don't like how this looks, but I guess we're going to just run it this way. You can see we're getting lower highs, or we're getting higher lows in price action. The 1 minute starting to clip over as well. Money flow is not really looking good. It's not really changing very much. I mean, we're barely seeing a move up. And then the 3 minute, 3 minute, we could see a move up. It's starting to clip up. 6 minute, flat. 12 minute, flat. 24 minute, it's coming out. Right, 1 hour, still coming down. Right, so ultimately, like, this isn't a good area to trade right now, unfortunately. Yeah, we forced a trade, but the consequences, you know, it's a dollar. The consequence is a dollar on this. This is how you learn to trade. What psychologically what ends up happening is we force trades, they don't work out, we learn a lesson from them, right? So actually, what we're gonna do, I don't like how this price action is happening overall. So we rejected from this trend line on the 1 hour, and we're coming down. Everything looks like it's coming down. 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. What that tells me is we have to clear. Yeah, we have the red dots, a red dot on the 4 hour too, red dot 6 hour, 8 hours starting to clip down, but money flow's thick. We're also getting a little bit of money flow trying to curve down too, because we got the VWAP trying to come, the yellow VWAP trying to come down as well. So what this tells me is we got a downtrend on the daily. We're going to close this trade. I see a downtrend ultimately, and the low time frames are showing us the way. And there's not much to trust here. So you got the clip down, higher low, clip down. Ultimately, we're going to play around with this this level here. 8 hours still showing that it's above the trend, the major trend line. Again, not really. If I adjust it, if I make sure that this part's touching over here, right? We're below it. Retest, retest, breakdown, failure. Right. So ultimately, we're in a short. Ultimately, we're in a short, and this that was what a day trade scalp would have looked like. You would have wanted to come into the 12 minute, identify this previous level as a potential area for a bounce level, and what you would have gotten, you would have had to set a limit order around 118,250. You would have got a nice little bounce, and you would have then set a limit order for 118,500, front run it 550, 540, and you would have made a little bit of profit off of it. But ultimately, it looks like so we rejected from we wanted to say we front ran the previous value area high, so that means we can come back to it, 120,120. We broke down ahead of it. We got this bearish divergence. That's what that bearish divergence line is. From the time we got the bearish divergence, we got a momentum wave, trigger wave, which is a lower high in a bearish scenario. And then we started getting the green money flow coming out, right? And so we're continuing the downtrend, and this is the 12 minute. You can even go to the 1 hour, and you're going to start to see money flow coming out from that point as well, starting to slowly come down after that bear div right there, which also shows on the 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour is also showing momentum is going downward. Okay, so the next level we want to look for, not just for scalping, um, uh, keeping in mind we rejected from this trend line 3 times already, trying to get back above it after an adjustment. After we made an adjustment, broke through. Of course, we try to retest. That's what I always look for. We look for a retest of this trend line. We broke down off of it. Ideal entry would be 118,900 for a short off of it. So the next level we're looking for these levels to be taken out, right? Next level we're looking for is 117,650, and then we can come back, say, to the 12 minute and see. What I'm going to do is set an alert. Boom, set an alert for that, and then we wait. We're gonna have to wait probably until 8 o'clock is a good time to wait for to see what's going on. You want to look every hour. You want to look every 4 hours. The next 4 hour starts in, let's see. The next 4 hours starts in 1 hour 44 minutes of 9 o'clock. So you want to come back 9 o'clock. You want to have your stop loss set as well. Let's see. At the previous point of control. Since we are coming down, we're going to pull, let's see. Local levels, point of control. We close under the point of control, say at in an hour, then our next level would be 117,700. Okay, we also have some confluence with the same 117,700 over here from the previous level. So we could set a limit order for that. We're going to come back over here. But then we have to do we believe that even if we get to that level, that level will hold? Will we get a small bounce from 117,700 back up to this local point of control, back up to 118,200 before we break down? There are two scenarios. You're either going to wait, you're either going to set an alarm for this, right before it. You're going to set an alarm for this, or you're going to set a limit order, which I'll show you how to do it now. Set a limit order. You come over here. We're going to want to buy this level, so I like to go into trigger. We're going to set the price at 117,000. We're going to just say 800 to make sure we get in at this level, because price difference is, it's flat. All right, let's see. Price action is right around $35 difference currently. Yeah, so we'll just keep it at that. And then you keep it on market, and then you're going to come over and say, let's just say 5%, and then take profit. The level we want to hit is over here. I guess I could do it over there, right? Yeah. Whoa. All right, yeah, I'll just keep it over here. The level we want to set with the fixed range volume profile. We're going to zoom in. We want to set this range. Okay, we got the point of control here. Okay, that's the next level we're going to want to get into. I guess, let's see. It's a little different on. It's a little different on here on this chart. Okay, it's showing 100. It's showing the point of control at 117,860. Okay. Um, so I have to come back over here. Remember, the trend is short. If you're in a short, the trend is short. We are gonna this same bounce level I'm talking about is the same take profit level 117. Well, first we have to come to 117,000. We're gonna have to say 850 from here since the point of control on the MEXC chart from here. This point of control, the thick white line, confluent with the value area low, right? It's also the local value area low. Copy paste. It also happens to be the local value area low. We're gonna have to make it confluent, or it's confluent with that level, so that's also our take profit level, and I'll show you how to do that right now on our short. Sometimes you have to jump back and forth. It happens. You want to do more. The more research you do, the better. Local value area low, so you don't have to jump back and forth. We jump back and forth. We got into a short, and here we are. We're gonna try to run it down to the next level. We're assuming we're gonna break this local point of control at 118,200 ish. All right. So we have those two levels overlapping. That's good. That's a nice little bounce area. All right. So we're gonna set it over here. Take profit 117,000. We're gonna set it at 850 just for this sake. Or that's the bounce area, right? Okay, why aren't you letting me see that part of the screen? Goodness gracious. Thank you. The heck? All right. Stop loss trigger. We're going to set our stop loss. We come over into this area. Let's see what our stop loss is going to be. Let's check the trading view chart. 12-minute stop loss. We want it to be, we don't want to go too deep. We could actually find a stop loss this way. I want this local level. Our stop loss is going to be 118,550. 117,550. Okay, that would be negative 82 cents. So we click that for long. You want to make sure everything's set. It doesn't really show a liquidation price, so you don't want to go too bonkers on this, too crazy, because if you do, you can liquidate your position if you go too high on the chart. That's why I only did 5% on the 20x. Okay, confirm. All right, and that's also we want to set our limit order. We're at our support right now, 118,200. Sorry guys. Again, we set our. We're gonna go to open orders. We're gonna go to trigger, and here, well, we can go over here. We set our. We went to 5%. All right, went to 5%. We set our buy order. We set our trigger price or sell order at 100. What do we say? 118,000. Sorry, yeah, it's supposed to be 200. Stop loss order would end up being 117,550. Okay, then we hit long and we created the order, and now you can see the order in open orders under trigger. And you can see all the information there: market price, order value, take profit, reduce, no. Right. So now we're coming down on this price, on the price. After we did our analysis, we're up to $3 right now. All right, we're up $3. We had to enter into the position. It costs 84 cents trading fee, as you can see that. right there, estimated liquidation price 158,000. We're not running straight up to there anytime soon. So we also want to set our, we're going to go back over here, we set our sell price for this scalp is 117,008. We're going to say 860. So what we're going to do is go into this level. We're going to go into take profit, stop loss. We're going to do entire position, take profit 117,860. We'd make $6.38 on this move. Let's see, I did do a short on my other MEXC. Cool. Um, so, and we also want to be responsible, set a stop loss as well. Because as you can see, price is still just going up and down. I still believe daily, over the course of the day, we're going to go down. That's what I believe. And by the end of the day, maybe we see a bounce or something. And that'll happen 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, U.S. Pacific Standard Time. So stop loss we're going to set to, sorry, I'm going to have to move it over, my screen over. We're going to go into, we're going to set stop loss at, we're currently right there. What I wanted to do was, let's see what would be a responsible stop loss. It's all stretched out. Okay. We're going to say this next level right here, 118,450. Ideally, you just want to use the local value area high. All right, but we're going to just do 450. 118,450 and be a 64-cent loss. So the risk to reward ratio, let's see if I can find it. We're going to do short position risk to reward ratio if you run it from the local value area high. And we say we're coming down to this level here. All right, we entered in at 118,400. Stop loss 118,550. We'll do 550. Maybe a risk to reward ratio would end up being, as you can see here, goodness, so wide. Would end up being 3.5. That's very good. Make 3.5 times more than what we'd end up losing. That's what you have to risk. So you have to risk the biscuit to get the butter, to get the honey, right? So we hit confirm, and that's what our stop loss ended up being. Okay. We're up $4.34 on this trade. That's typically how you, I showed you a portion of how we would, sorry, damn it, keep messing up. Sorry, people. Go into detail. So what we ended up doing was going into TPSL. We went to entire position. We set it to 117,860. If you're feeling froggy, you can do 7. There's a probably do 800 since we're it's somewhere. It's within that zone. Okay. So you set it to that level, and you also want to set stop loss as well. The risk to reward. Win $6, lose $1.83. That's even when you go to the casino, that's how you want to play your cards. Same difference now, but here you get to see it and actually manage it by hand, right? So then you click confirm, and you get that order level there. You can go over to open orders and double check. You have a TPSL. And you can see all of the info here. Close short, entire position, stop loss, take profit, entire position, at market, make sure it's market, and so far it's untriggered, right? You can modify it, click modify and click, and then you can change the numbers there if you don't feel comfortable with either of those numbers. Okay, so far we're holding on. Worst case, you can walk away. Worst case, you lose $1.83, and then you have to reset. And you have to, check your metrics again. But I very much believe this is going to go down before we end up going up. So that's how we actually showed you how to run a short from here, which is interesting. But same concept works for longs. If you just want a long, I showed you earlier. We set the trigger. We went over to trigger. We made sure it's on market. We set the trigger price. We went down to the next support level. All right, we went over to the next support level. Next support level is the same as for our short. It's our uh, it's our short take profit level as well. If you're uncomfortable with that level, which I would be, actually I'm gonna come over here and clear it, but I don't like that level myself for uh, a new bounce. I actually like, um, no, actually I do. I do like it for a small bounce before we come back up to local point of control and then we continue down. I actually do like that level. Yeah, because we have the point of control, local point of control, and we have this call it local, but or we have the previous point of control over here that we set up from the start of this run to the bottom of this run. And we also have confluence with the local value area low as well, where we overlapped here. So I actually do like that level for a nice little scalp. But we're running this short. We're going to come down to there. We're going to take profit on that level. Okay. We could get a little bounce there, but I do believe, let's see, we could get a bounce there up to 118,200, and then we can come lower. That's my initial assessment right now. Um, what would happen? Let me see. Let's draw a vertical line. If we do end up getting that level, get a bounce there, hit resistance, come back down. So we'll see how this plays out. If you're in profit and you want to stay in profit, then you're going to want to set your stop loss to entry. So you're only paying the fee in this position, or you can set it a little bit higher. We go over here into details, edit, and you can set your stop loss to your entry price. You'll see your entry price, your average price up here, 118,396. You can set it to, since we're going short, you can set it to 118,300, say 50, and you'd probably cover, well, to cover the fees, we'd have to go a little higher, right? So let's just do that. Show you how to do that now so we don't lose any money on this trade, even though we're going lower. Once you go into green profit, then it's good practice to go set your stop loss into break even. All right, so we're going to do that. Now, I wish they would show like, oh, break even price would be, something like that up there. We're going to do, let's see, what would that look like? 300. That would definitely be take profit, but just to cover the fees, 320. Yeah, 320, 84-cent fees. All right, we're going to leave it at that. Okay, so we're going to lose nothing on the trade. So that's how you do that portion there. I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. All right. You go into edit, and then you edit the price there. It was at, what, 550. All right, and we would have lost $1.83, but we're in profit now, so we're going to say I don't want to lose anything, so 90 cents. I'd win 90 cents, and I'd probably ultimately win 6 cents in the overall trade since we had 84-cent fees. Confirm. All right. Now your unrealized ends up you end up covering this unrealized trading, the trading fee. Let's see. And typically on Blowfin, Mexi, you'll end up seeing the positions you entered in at and your take profits and stop losses and all that. Or you can just straight up drag it up, move it around. All right, so yeah, so that order got modified, right? Let's try to get it back to where it was. Yeah, that's fine. You can do it that way as well. We're so close to our stop loss, we could end up getting hit. Let's go over to Just look at the 1 minute, see what's happening. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to try to show you what the 1 minute looks like, how we end up playing the 1 minute. Since we don't have a bottom, we're going to have to use the previous value area low as what the bottom can be. We don't need to see anything here. So what we end up doing is typically you want to go from the point where we break down from with your volume profile. You start there, and then we don't have a bottom yet. So just for example, we're going to use the local value area high, or this price action here. Okay, so then we estimate. Let's see if I can replay. All right, cool. Okay, so then we estimate where we can go from here. So we ultimately want to get back above. Let's say this is the bounce area we set a limit order for. So we set a limit order at 118,560, and you want to give yourself $200-300 worth of grace, right? Because for a stop loss. All right, so you say your stop loss to say 118,400 or 350 or so. Okay, so you don't get hit. This is an important level that we hit, okay, because we identified that this is the local value area high. Okay, from this level bottom here to the top there, we identified that as the value area high, and it's a bounce level. Okay, that's how we find support levels. Okay, so we assume, okay, we're gonna bounce here. What is market cipher B looking like? All right, it went green to red. We have a stop loss. If it gets hit, oh well, we lose a few dollars. Okay, then we look for the next level, or we wait for this level to play out properly, right? To start getting a green candle. If we move forward a little bit, then we're going to see the price action happen. So first we're going to end up taking 25% profit from 118,570 or whatever the entry price is to 118,700. So that's our first take profit. This is a very small scalp. This is where, if you believe this is a strong support level, this is where you enter in big or very considerable, right? This is once you learn to trust yourself and trust your trading. Okay. So from here, you want to take that's your first take profit level. You also have this point of control as well. So ideally what you want to do is come over here and say, here are my levels. And you have to set, we're calling this value area low. I make it the dotted line. And then you paste again, and then we're calling this the value area high for our current 1 minute level. This is how you play the 1 minute charts. I have several videos on it. Just go into my YouTube and check it out, or a few videos. So the first thing we're going to do is take 25% profit here. You set your take profit level there, as I showed you earlier on Blowfin, and then you set your other take profit here. Okay, you can set a take profit here. I think we did end up coming back to the level. I don't know. We'll see in the replay. I don't remember. So then we end up clicking here, play, and we're going to let it play out. All right, so now we got a green dot here. We got a sharp move up from this level. It's not always going to be perfect. We hit there, first take profit happened. Now we're retesting this level. We retested it, and we're breaking out again. We're getting money flow going up. Momentum waves going up, created a red, but ultimately we think that we're going to hit this point of control. We're going to use this as retest. Now you want to bring up your stop loss up to break even at this local value area high level. So now we're waiting for the second 25% stop loss to come out. Boom, we already set the order, so we got out on this level. And then the third level came in, 119,120. Now we're 75% out of the position. We bring up our stop, or we bring up our stop loss even up to the point of control or value area low to guarantee ourselves in profit, even if that 25% comes all the way back down. Okay. We retested point of control again, and now we're struggling with point of control, and we're probably going to come down again, right? Money flow is money flow is slowly coming down. We're getting mixed signals. We're probably going to come down. Ultimately, I believe we do. Okay, money flow is coming out. Money flow is a very important indicator as to where we're going with price action. All right, so now we retested point of control. Now we retest point of control and fail. We're going to come back to value area low. Now we're going to retest value area low. That's a little front run fake out, right? Money flow still coming down. Keep that in mind. Now we're red. Now we retest value area low, and we broke down, retested below it, right? So now we retest local value area low. Boom, retested local value area low, and now we get price action off of that. And you can see from there, we're gonna retest value area low again, retest it, break down further. Okay, that's just a quick little idea of typically what happens on these levels. So we're gonna go back over here. We got front ran. So far, we're getting front ran on our take profit level. Unfortunately, right? So ideally, it would have been right there. We got front ran on it. What does actually, sorry. All right, so I don't like I don't like front runs. You can either wait for a retest of these levels, get stopped out, or you exit out of the position. I don't like front runs, especially on scalps. So I typically jump out. Let's see what's going on over here. Get out of replay. I hate these front runs. It just ruins profit. So what I'm going to do is close out of it, and we're going to just leave it at that. I'm going to go over into my MEXC, take my little profit over here. I hate the front runs, but that gives you the opportunity to get out of the trade as well. But you could also wait for this level to hit, get stopped out, play it all over again if you think that it's going to continue down. Obviously, it could. Looking at what's current price action, what's going on with what I just explained. I'm going to add in the links real quick. Let's see. Yeah, see, I mean, we're coming back down, but I hate those front runs. They mess up the scalp. Price action is still very weak. So, it depends on how you wanna play it. What we're gonna do is go here. We're gonna add the switch accounts. Okay, we're gonna add the where is it? Let's see. One second. Affiliate system for Blowfin. Oh, where is it? Isn't this simple? Settings, accounts, carrier application. History, earn. sec. Nobody jumped in my earnings. Recommended earning trading. All right. What I'm gonna do is just add in. Oh, 1 minute. Still nothing. Okay. We're gonna add in the MEXC. Um, referral link into the group. Okay, so added that into the open chat. Okay, join MEXC. You must use a VPN. VPNs I use are, I'm going to put the referral link. One of the VPNs I use Switzerland. And for Blowfin, must use VPN. Okay. So we're going to leave it at that for now. It's 7:45. Got other things to do. I will have the premium Discord will see either see a live trade, a quick 15-minute live trade nearly every day, whether it's mobile or on the desktop. Premium Discord is $150. You definitely, if you have enough money to join in, or if you only have a few $100s to join in, we're going to help you make your money back very quickly. We're still in a bull run. You're going to make it back within the month. I can sit here and say you're going to make it back within a few days, but maybe you have to, you have to learn to control your emotions first. Not jump out of trades too quickly. We don't trust people very much. If we see it go any other way other than what the influencer we're watching says, we mistrust. I get it, but ultimately you're going to make the money back. $150. The value is at this point in the market thousands, tens of thousands. If you're good, if you're patient, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of value. We prove the value every day with the meme coins. We jump into the leverage trades and even some spot trades. We jump into $150 for premium. That's a great deal. And members, you pay $35 a month. You get probably a quarter of everything that the premium gets. Members will probably get you'll probably get, 2 to 4 live streams for leverage trading a month. So figure out which one you want to join. Open chat, we just talk about everything. We talk about the latest news. We give you YouTube updates. We give you the premium channel service once a month. You get to watch this live stream. We take a look at Bitcoin. We could take a look at the top tens for you once a month. You want to talk about the top tens? You want to get into the top 20s? We talk about those. We give entries and targets to those a few times a week in the members group. If you want it every day, you want to become a day trader, a scalper, a midterm, long-term investor, come into the premium group. We also give one-on-one tutorials for the same price at $150 an hour if you're serious about this. Usually, psychologically, when people start seeing the gains, they want to keep it. Their job, they have a shaky corporate job or wherever they work and they want to get out of it. Who you come to learn how to do this. It could take you several months, it could take you a few years, but we're here to teach you. We are going to have an academy, trading academy, ultimately, probably the start of 2026. Should be the start of the bear market for crypto. So that's the best time to learn in your downtime. Recessions are coming out. We always talk about, in open chat, we always talk about how the economy is doing. I believe we have been in a recession at least since last September. They probably won't call it officially. The government doesn't say we're in a recession until we've been in a recession for a year. I don't think they'll call it until, me and Crypto Line been talking about it. Probably won't call it until second quarter of next year, start of second quarter next year, and you'll see the stock market drop as well. So we talk about that here. If you don't trust your job, my American dream was trading. That symbolizes freedom, real true liberty, not just freedom. That symbolizes liberty, true liberty to me for anybody around the world, and so that's why I trade. I enjoy the liberty. I enjoy the gains from it. Everybody has their own financial situation, and we can work with that. Hit us up for prices and DMs, or come into open chat, come in the members group, whatever the case may be. To join members, go over here into start a membership here. You can either pay with cryptocurrency with our subcord store, or you can pay under coffee.com slash Black Lion Kings slash tiers, and there, we have all the different pricing, all the different prices there. One more thing I mentioned last week, we have our merch. If you're rocking with us and we're helping you make money, we want to build out our culture, our crypto and trading culture as well. Show it to everybody else. Once you start making your big gains, hey, say everybody, yeah, go over to Black Lion Kings. They give out, join members. Um, Share it to your friends and family. They're going to be, and when you make your gains, they're going to be asking you, oh, what'd you do? Where'd you go? Show them the Black Lion Kings logo on your shirt, hoodie, or your hat. We even have coffee mugs as well, full body suits. All right. So we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for all those who joined the live stream. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the other side.